My mic was muted. What is going on, guys? It's your boy Slickby, and today we're going to be covering everything in the dev server. And then I will be making videos here and there, or actually probably 2 a day for the next couple of days, off of what we see here. Now, if you're watching this right now, please go check the link in the description. I will be streaming this live tonight until it closes. But I had a very stressful day, guys. And I know you're not here to hear about my day, but bought the first car I've ever purchased, or I went through the whole process. My Audi A4, if you don't know, blew up on the highway. It was an 07. Last week, I was going down to my hometown. It was about an hour away. Car blew up. Seized the engine. Okay, you understand that. So today, I had to go look at cars all day, and I get a message from a subscriber. Her name's Holly, and she goes, "Slick, the dev server's live. The dev server's live." And I'm like, God damn it, I'm buying vehicles. But that is why I'm very excited. So I don't know what's coming. I don't know what's here, but we're going to take a look together and see what's here. So let us check it out. Here we go. We're in the American Tree. New 10.0 tank, the M1 IP. Now, the M1 IP is very similar to the Abrams. It has the same armament, but this tank, this tank has the long turret. Let's buy some stuff so we can crew these. This will help me for later on in the day as well. So the M1 IP is the long turreted Abrams. It should look a lot like the tanks we've seen the Americans use in Desert Storm, the Gulf War, etc., etc. Now, obviously, they didn't really use this tank too much. They put the 120 in this tank and then used that, and that is the M1A, or the M1A1 Abrams. But this is the one we get in War Thunder, and I am not one to complain. So, let's check out the X-ray of the composite. We now have rolled homogeneous armor 32mm, external composite armor 800mm, and rolled homogeneous armor 101. So that's 800mm of NERA elements. I don't know what that is, but that's a lot of elements. 600 in the upper front plate, sides of the turret 300, and 350 on the back by the ammo rack. Let's take a look at the gun. We have a 5.8 second reload on a it's not an L7, but M68A1 105. And let's take a look at the ammo types. I was very curious to see if we would get the M774, and we do get the M774. So this is an upgraded APFSDS shell, shooting 7.35 by stock. The Abrams, M1 Abrams, actually gets 774 too. Oh, what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the M8. There's a different round. You know what I'm talking about, you American heads. So it doesn't look like that's coming necessarily just yet. That's a little bit of a shame. I was like, wait, 415? That sounds a lot like the original Abrams. I thought they were going to put a better round for this one. But nonetheless, it is a very good-looking tank. It has the long turret, and I am super excited to play an Abrams that looks this good. Oh my goodness, look at that. Let's check it out in the desert color, just because we have to, right? Basic desert camouflage. Look at that. That's straight out of the Gulf, man. Beautiful. All right, but the additions don't stop there, and we'll go back and cover all the helicopters and stuff from every nation. I guess we can do each nation. That would make more sense to me. We have the M247 Sergeant York. This is a air defense artillery, self-propelled 40mm. Yeah, so that's a fucking mouthful, ain't it? This is basically a new radar-guided AA, as you can see. It's on like an M48 chassis. 52 degrees per second stock on this twin Bofors wielding, proximity fuse shooting AA gun. Now, like I said, it's radar guided, dual guns. It's going to be way better than the VATS. The VATS was a little poo-poo. Now, I'm not going to get into testing these this video. I'm just going to overview everything. But this should get proximity fuse shells. And I don't know which ones those are. I don't know which ones they are. But it looks like the highest penning round is 76mm in every single belt. And I don't know which ones are the fuse. Yeah, I don't know. But basically, it gets proximity fuse rounds, which should blow up like flak at a certain distance. I don't know necessarily how it's going to work. And this thing is massive. I mean, a fuck-off target. Look at this. Huge. I mean, are you going to not see this thing? It is a Shilka on top of a tank. That's how tall this thing looks. It is huge. Nonetheless, America is probably pretty happy that they get another AA gun. Let's take a look at what else we have hiding in the tree. We have the no, I'm kidding. I don't see anything else hiding in the tree. T-54E1, actually. I do. I see a premium. A premium T-54E1. Now, I didn't know necessarily that this thing was coming. You World of Tanks players who have converted to the light side playing War Thunder now know exactly what the T-54E1 is. This is an auto-loading American tank. If we take a look and go into the X-ray, you can see that the little revolver right there. It's a 105 auto-loading tank. Let's take a look at some of the rounds we get here. We get an AP shell, 300 mils of pen. This is at 8.0 currently. APDS and Heat FS. Wow, awesome. So this is basically going to be America's version of the Surbasse. Pretty fucking sick, if I do say so myself. Not a ton of armor on this bad mamma jamma, but you know what? What are you going to do about it? Those look like some massive weak spots. It's got a 50 cal on top to boot. And, wow, pretty excited for this thing. New 8.0 premium for America. I'm very excited, actually. America doesn't have autoloaders like that, and that's just a dope-ass tank. Let's take a look at the lower tiers and see if we have anything else. We have the T-32, M103. I was hoping we would get a T-32E1, but it doesn't look like that has come to fruition. I'm going to scroll down and check the lower tiers just to see if I see anything new, and I don't think I do. So let's hop over to the helicopter tab. Every single thing is new for the helicopter tab, of course. Now we have... Oh, okay. So let's control ourselves. And obviously I'll be making helicopter videos separate. So we have the AH-1Z. This is the first iteration, the Huey Cobra. It shares an engine with the Huey itself. It looks like we do get a utility Huey. Customization on this thing. It gets a 7.62 minigun and a grenade launcher. It should get a grenade launcher. I wonder if it's under modifications. It is. Okay, so by stock you get two 7.62 miniguns, but per modification you get two 40 mil grenade launchers. I didn't know it was either one mod or two, but I guess that's what it is. We get gun pods for this. Allows gun pods. We get Hydras, 20 mil gun pods, minigun gun pods, more Hydras and miniguns, or Hydras and miniguns, Hydras and miniguns. Is that times 14? This is times 40. Interesting. We'll take a look into this stuff in closer inspection in due time. But stock, the helicopters don't really get too much. It gets stock Hydras, and that's about it. Actually, I wanted to check the camo for this. Oh, so we get a nice shark camo for this bad boy. All right, let's hop into the UH-1B. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted. I wanted a Huey without all the frazzs and more of the dummy rockets. Check the modifications out for this bad boy. Without offensive armament, we get Hydras, AGMs times 6, or the twin 7.62 miniguns, which is also pretty neat. I love the Huey, man. Such an iconic helicopter. I've sat in one of these before. My grandfather was a big influence. He fought in Vietnam, and I mean, growing up, I always watched Vietnam flicks. Dude, this Flight of the Valkyries, this helicopter, oh my god. History boner in the making. Let's hop into the UH-1C. So obviously the later modification of the Huey. By stock, we get the same thing here. It doesn't have that cool, those cool things on top, and we get red little flappies over here. I don't know, I guess they would be elevators. Let's check the modifications out for this bad boy. No offensive armament again. We are able to carry 6 AGM 22s or 6 BGM 71 tows. Now the tow gets more penetration than the AGM, and you can also get the minigun. So that's the modification that this thing gets. It gets better guided rockets or miniguns. Then we have the AH-1F. This is a later variant of the Cobra. Has a bigger gun on it. Look at that thing. Looking great. Let's check the camo. Wow. Sand Shark. Oh, baby. I'm so excited for helicopters. Now this, per default, gets a 20 mil revolving cannon. We get Hydras, 28. Hydras for 76. Can I get a Hydras for 20? 2 7.62 miniguns. You can carry the miniguns with 14 Hydras. You can carry the miniguns with 38 Hydras. You can also get 4 BGM 71 tows or 8 BGM 170 tows. 8 of those. Toe in your toe. You can carry 4 tows and 38 Hydras. Carry 8 tows and 38 Hydras. You can carry 4 tows and 2 miniguns, or you can carry 2 miniguns and 8 tows. So pretty interesting armament on this one. Definitely going to be a fearsome chopper. It's at 9.7. So we're starting to get up. And here we go. Bad Mamma Jamma chilling here at 10.0. I didn't even know this thing was coming. So, of course, naturally, we have to take a look. It is the AH-1Z. This looks like the Super Cobra, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure we used these in the Gulf War as well. The Marines got these, and I think the Air Force used the Apaches, or the Army. I don't know who necessarily used the Apaches, but I know the Marines were using the Cobras pretty late on. Now, this is 10.0. As you can see, the engine, fucking massive in this boy. Massive engine in this boy. Beautiful looking helicopter. I'm very excited. We got the 4 props. The other 2, if you noted, were just dual props. Let's take modifications. So we get the turret. It is a 20mm M197 cannon. We get 28 Hydras, 76 Hydras, miniguns again, 14 Hydras and miniguns. Hydras, miniguns with 4 tows, 8 tows, tows and Hydras. And some of the best modifications. So let's say we get 8 tows and miniguns. And these tows, the BGM 71s, have 900 mils of penetration. Tows and miniguns, tows and Hydras. What are you guys going to run with these? I don't know. There's a lot of different options for these helicopters. They get a lot of different love from the ordnance front. And it looks like by stock it comes with... Are those Hydras? I don't know what those are. Stock. There's some type of weaponry, right? If anybody knows, let me know in the comments down below. Again, like I said, I'm not the best. Now, it says you need rank 5 tanks and rank 5 aircraft to start unlocking these helicopters, which is interesting. And just to show it some love, the premium Huey with the tows is right here. Oh, and it doesn't have tows by stock. What does it have by stock? It has 2 30mm turrets. Pretty interesting. I don't know how much pen these have. I can't check. Or you can get 38 Hydras. You can get 6 tows, which is what we saw. And you can also have dual miniguns. So the turrets are pretty interesting. 30mm minigun turrets. I guess they're not miniguns, just 30mm turrets. Pretty fucking snazzy. Tell you what. And just for the hell of it, we'll hop into the aviation, see if they added anything. I don't see anything that they have added. Nope. What about the fleet? I couldn't tell you. Let's hop into Germany and check out what they got coming in the tank front. So we have the KPZ-70 moved, right? Did it move there? I don't know if it moved there. But the TAM is after the Bagel Panzer now. It looks like the Bagel and the KPZ moved, maybe. I could be wrong, but I think that's what happened. So we have the TAM. The TAM is an Argentinian Bagel Panzer with faster engine, better engine, and almost a Leopard-esque turret. As you can see, we get 22 degrees per second. Where's the horsepower? 116 stock, so obviously the horsepower is going to go up. This can fire DM-23, which is the APF SDS we get on the Leopard A1A1. It's also a 9.0 tank currently, and it's a scout vehicle, so you can scout with this. Rangefinder is a tier 1 upgrade, which is pretty interesting, and the engine, just for reference, adds 124 horsepower, 58 horsepower, 58, probably none for that, but basically we should be sitting around 13 to 1400 horsepower for this thing, so I would assume it could probably haul ass if it's telling me 84 kph. Pretty sweet little thing. Let's just check if it's got any different camos. Doesn't have any special unique ones. Oh, that is actually special and unique. That's a camo I ain't seen before. Pretty sick. And we also get the Leopard A1A1 L44. Everybody is up in arms. It's the A6. It's the A5. I don't care. It's a Leopard with a 120 at 9.0, and it's premium. If you guys don't have the Leopard and you were ever curious about getting a Leopard or getting something to help grind Germany, this has the same gun, the L44, which is on the Leopard 2K at 9.7, but it's a 9.0 premium. That should do the math for you guys. Fantastic tank. I don't got to play it. I know it's going to be fantastic. 6.5 second reload on a stock crew too, which is, that's tasty right there. I'll tell you what, that's tasty. Now, in the middle of the tree is something I didn't know was coming. The M48A2 GA2. Let's take a look at this bad boy. I have no idea what this is. It looks like a modification, probably a Western modification, on the M48. Obviously, it's an A2. It gets the 105 L7A3 cannon. I don't know if it's stabilized. We'll have to check later on. -9 degrees of gun depression. What a beautiful looking tank. Aside from that fucking thing on top. I don't know what to even call that. It gets APDS by stock, Hesh, and DM12. So, not the best. Not the best of the best. It doesn't get AP FSDS, but it is an 8.0 tank. Let's check the armor values on this. Looks like it is a... It's pretty normal, run-of-the-mill stuff here. It might have a plate behind that, 152 in the front of the mantlet. And obviously, they didn't take the huge cupola off this one. Don't know why, but they didn't. Let's see if this one gets any cool camos. Doesn't look like it, but it does look pretty stylish in this color. I do have to say so myself. And I don't believe I see anything else coming for the Germans, at least in terms of tanks. I'm just going to scroll down and check and make sure about that. Aviation, what are we getting? Nothing new. Aviation front feels bang. Fleet looks about the same. I'll tell you what. Now we're going to be hopping in with Russia. Russia should be getting some cool modifications at the top tier as well. So let's take a look. We will start this off with the BMP-2, which was announced today as a vehicle. A vehicle. It was announced in the dev blog today. My words are getting jumbled. Now, this is the first modification of the BMP-2. It's not like a BMP-2U, BMP-2, etc., etc. This is the BMP-2. One of the funny things about this tank is the vertical guidance is 74. So this gun can go pretty much boom. Like, it could be like boom. Shooting at helicopters with this thing is going to be a breeze, and it gets a log spoiler, which adds +10 to the bias. Can't go wrong with the +10 to the bias. Now, the default belts, 65 mils of pen. We get 30 mil APT, which is 65 mils of pen, and then we get an APDS shell, which is 100 mils of pen at 10 meters. So this thing will definitely be fearsome, and I do believe it gets a BMP-2D upgrade, which will add the Conquer's missile to it. If we take a look, Conquer's, yeah, and smoke grenades. So we'll get 4 Conquer's, has the same autocannon, I believe. Same autocannon. It will get smoke grenades and a 7.62 machine gun on top, which is pretty dope if you like the Russian tanks, and especially a speedy Russian 7.0 boy able to shoot down helicopter and plane very easily. Let's take a look at the T55AM, new premium. It was bundled with the Hind. It looks cool. I think it looks cooler than the T62M, in my opinion. Has a similar gun. Let's take a look at the rounds that this thing can fire. So we get a APDS with 299 mils of pen, smoke shell, heat shell with 390, ATGM with 600, an AP BC, which is crazy, and an AP FSTS. I mean, if you want a jack of all trades, if you understand how to use different shells and different armaments for different situations on a massively long reload, I mean, feel free to check this thing out. I don't think it's going to be a bad tank. I just think it's going to be a good sniper, kind of how the T62M plays out. That reload is definitely going to kill the vibes for this tank. And if you're waiting on it, I would just say wait. If you don't need it, I would say just wait until the patch goes live and we can actually take a look at what this thing could do. But my best guess right now is it's going to be a good premium sniper, and it'll help you get your aim right for some of these other tanks. Now, obviously, we have a big boy, big player coming to the floor, and that is the T80B. This is a upgraded. It's the upgrade of the T-64. Let me take a look at the T-64B. It looks very similar to this. The only difference is, take a look at that stock horsepower. 1705. This thing gets a gas turbine engine. No joke. No joke. 78 kph. Russia will finally be a speedy boy at the top tier. And I cannot wait to test this thing out. Now, obviously, in this video, I'm just going over the vehicles that they're adding. I haven't played any of them, and I will play them on stream. So if you're waiting to see that stuff, be sure to hit up the stream. The T-80, though, is armed with a 125mm cannon. Let's take a look at the rounds we get to use. It has 3BM15, which I'm pretty sure is the same round that's on the T-64. And then we get a 475mm pen 3BM22. I'm, again, unsure if this is the same round that's on the T-64. Also ATGMs to boot. Let's take a look real quick just so we don't have any questions about it. T-64BV, yeah, 3BM22. So it is the same round, same gun, same fun. But okay, let's close that. What's going on? Let's close that. All right, thank you. And last but not least, we got to check out the armor on this bad boy. Take a look at this upper front plate. So we have a 60mm of high hardened rolled armor, 100 mils of textilite, and then 45 mils of high hardness rolled armor. Pretty interesting. I don't know how much that's going to block. Armor penetration, it doesn't really tell me how much that's going to block, but we have to assume that it's going to be stronger than the T-64. So it has quartz inside the turret with cast homogeneous armor, 180, 120, 195. Let's go take a look at the T-64 just for comparison, because I'm not up to date on my Russian technology. It looks a little bit better, I would say. What? Because this thing has 35 mils of textilite in 2 spots. So it's compressed a little different, but there is overall a lot more textilite and quartz in that bad boy. Ultra porcelain. We went from ultra porcelain to quartz, so I think that's enough to make it a better tank. I don't want no shitter in my turret. And yeah, obviously Russia is going to be one of the first nations with helicopters along with America. So let's take a look at what they added in terms of helicopters. Oh, I see an M35M. All right, so we got the Mi-4AV. This thing looks like a turd potato with propeller strapped onto it. I don't know what a turd potato is. It's definitely a potato, though. I mean, you can clearly see the inspiration on this helicopter. Look at it. Bloop. Potato. Let's take a look at the armament that you get. It has one 12.7 turret. I don't know where that is. You can get S5Ks, 96 of them. You can get bombs on this bad boy, 6 100 kilograms, 4 250s. You can get phalange rockets, which I believe are the guided versions. Not the guided versions, guided rockets. So you get phalange, which have how much penetration? I don't know. It doesn't necessarily tell me, does it? I would assume it's 150, but those could be the S5Ks. Yeah, 150 is the S5Ks. So I don't know how much the phalange penetrate. We can get 4 of those phalange and 6 100 kilogram bombs, or 4 of those phalange and 4 250s. So pretty cool. It's like a little bomber-esque helicopter. Fat as shite. We get the M24I. This is what I wanted to see in game. This reminds me of Black Ops right here. Look at that. Cool old first variation of the Hind. On this thing, it gets a turret. It's 12.7 millimeter turret. We get 128 S5Ks. You can get 4 of the phalange rockets, which do 650 mils of penetration. That's what it is. You get 4 phalanges and a 128 rockets. You get 4 of those and 4 250 bombs. 4 and 2 500 kilogram bombs, or 2 250s, 64 S5Ks, and 4 phalange, which is pretty good armament, I would say. I don't think I have a problem with that, nor would any of the Russians. We have the Mi-24D, which is coming as the premium. Beautiful Hind. This is Czechoslovakian camo on this bad boy. I love this helicopter. I mean, it's iconic. How could you not? In the turret, we have a 12.7 again. Pretty much very similar armaments. You guys have already seen this. I don't need to read these off for you guys. But basically we get rockets. You can get S-24s. S-24s are the big tiny Ivans. So you can hit these people with tiny Ivans, 4 of them, and then guide 4 phalanges straight into their fallopian tubes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you may be too young for that joke. I also may have said that wrong. You also get S5Ks on these, so we could just show you what this looks like. So these are bomb loads. So we have 2 250 kilogram bombs. We have rockets, 65 of them, and then we still have those phalanges, which are pretty tight. Next up, we will take a look at the Mi-24V. Means it's versatile. That's the difference. It's got a little bit different of a camo. Doesn't necessarily mean it's versatile. I don't know. Still the 12.7. This one gets an add-on of cannons, and it also gets upgraded guided rockets. These are the Sherterms with 650 mils of pen, but they travel way faster, 400 meters per second. It looks like, and you can get different modifications with the goes. You can get 8 23 mil cannons. I believe these are the MiG-21 cannons. So, I mean, that's pretty cool that you get 3 23s, or 8 23s, I should say. I would assume that that's probably good for shooting down other helicopters. But, I mean, that's just me. You can get 8 cannons and 4 of those guided missiles, which is pretty cool. Or rockets, I should say. You can get S8KO rockets, which are 40 of them, which are upgraded rockets, I can only presume. S24s, like I said, those are the big boy tiny Ivans. You get 4 of those and 4 guided. And you can still carry bombs. And the last but not least is 40 of those rockets. You get 4 Schmerterms and 4 cannons. Holy shit. That's pretty cool. So this thing is getting more versatile. Look at those wings. I mean, holy shit. They're getting more versatile, and this is only the 9.7 one. We still have 2 more to look over. I don't even want to know what these things are starting to get, but here we have the Mi-24P. Looks very similar. It does have some cannons up front. I see that right off the bat. We got 1 or 2. It looks like 1. I mean, it looks... So 2. It's a twin 30 mil cannon. And nothing underneath. That's weird how it's angled off to the side. Let's check the modification. It says it's 1 cannon. Why does it look like it's 2? I don't know. I guess maybe it's just 1 housing. I don't know, but it looks like there's 2 30s. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Let's purchase these. I want to see what they look like on it. Modifications. Yes. So this is 80 S8KO rockets. Those are pretty cool. I love these things when they're loaded out. They look awesome. So these rockets have 400 mils of pen. You get 80 of them. I don't know, you don't got to do the math on that, but odds are you could probably kill somebody with them. You get 4 250s. These are upgraded bombs. 8 of those Sherterms still. You get 8. Wait, so M114. These are the same loadout, Jim. This is the same loadout. All right, you can get Sherterms and S8KOs. You could still get those 8 cannons. You can get cannons and 8 rockets, or 40 rockets, 4 cannons, and 4 of those Sherterms. It's pretty hefty loadout, I have to say. And last but not least, we have the Mi-35m. Holy shit! Let's take a look at this bad boy. Shorter wings, notably. But it is definitely a faster boy. And I know the modifications on this thing can probably get pretty hectic. Replacing helicopter blades, engine, helicopter frame. The picture looks like it's got something on top. I'm gonna spade this out right now just so I can see what it looks like and also show you guys what this thing looks like fully loaded. So you're gonna see the helicopter change itself. I know it will, because that picture is misleading if it doesn't. Looks like it has a big side exhaust or something like that. Okay, so fully loaded, it looks like we can get 4 of those cannons. Sorry for my phone. 16 of these missiles. It doesn't actually get that side exhaust. You can get 16 of these missiles. I want to test those out. I can't wait to. So 16 should terms. Or they actually give you a better option now. These are called Attacca. 800 millimeters of pen on these bad boys. 550 meters per second, which is pretty ridiculous. And you can also get 16 of those. You can get 4 of those cannons, or you can get, let's see. So this is 16 of those rockets, along with 4 cannons, 4 23mm cannons. And these are the dummy rocket section. So let's take a look at that. So we get the 2 cannons. Oh my god, look how close together those are. I also really do like the camo on this, mind you. This thing is looking sweet. Awesome. Really like it. I'm really looking forward to playing these things. And this, I should note, it's a 23 in the in the front of the plane, helicopter, plane, vehicle, flying projectile. And that is it for the Russian tanks. Let's just check. Did they get a MiG-21? I don't see a MiG-21. Hopping over to Britain. Britain's army. Obviously, we've been hating on them for a while. Let's see if they got anything new. And they did! And I'm so excited! 8.3. It's 8.3. Do you guys see what that is? Hold. Oh. Squad got it first, but we get it second, boy. This is the Warrior. If you guys don't know what the FV bunch of numbers Warrior is, it's a beast-ass AFV. I am so excited for this. Let's take a look at the armament. So this also has a 30mm. There is an upgrade to it where you get a machine gun and what looks to be armor. So it's a protection package. Excuse my French. Let's take a look at the rounds real quick before I dive into buying everything. 110mm, so a little bit more penetration on this thing than the BMP2. There you go. Words slick. You can do them. Let's just upgrade to the point to where we can see the additional armor protection, because I want to show you guys what it looks like. I feel like it's ERA. At 8.3, definitely could have it. Alright, so let's keep it uninstalled for a second. This is what it looks like bare bones. Modification. Boom! We do get an ERA package. So this is, it's actually not ERA, it's composite side skirts. 70 mils of pen with some aluminum alloy and space in between, which I could assume would stop a decent amount of armor. We got a good slopage up front too. No composite here. It has composite over the driver, which is 150 mils. So maybe shooting at the front of this thing, not the best option. Who knows? And we get an ATGM here, so let's take a look at what the ATGM is. It's the Milan, 600 mils of pen, and it goes how fast? It doesn't tell me how fast it goes. Why is that? Feels bad, man. I wish it told me, but it doesn't. Regardless, it gets a missile, and there it is. And that is the fighting vehicle known as the Warrior. What else do we have? Charlie is still the same. No helicopters. Looks like no aviation stuff. Nope. And they get one fleet. The MTB. I don't know if that's been there, but it's there now. Hop into Japan. Let's see, did they get anything, guys? Let's get a moment of silence. Pray, pray, pray. Nope. Any planes? Nope. Italia? Nope. What about France? Nope. Aviation? Nope. So it seems the only thing we are missing that I really hoped we would get that I don't see and could still come is the Bradley. Considering the BMP2 and the Warrior being added, I would hope that the Bradley would be added as well. But you know what? I'm wrong. I can't say anything more. Hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Please stop by the stream. It would be an awesome time. Let me just put this in a crew real quick. I gotta fly it. We'll fly it to send it off. I haven't flown a helicopter yet. And yeah, hopefully the new vehicles being added meet your guys' specifications. I hope you're excited. I'm hyped. I do hope some stuff gets fixed in the game itself, besides just adding new frill and stuff. But we can't complain, can we? I mean, I suppose we can. This is my first time flying a helicopter, by the way. It feels pretty easy. W, so A and D are my roll. A and D are my roll. W is prop, not pitch necessarily. It's how strong it's pulling up. S is to go down, and mouse is to aim here. So let's see how we can roll this thing. Pretty easily, actually. Hop into cockpit view. Oh. Ho ho ho. Ho ho ho. Wow, alright. What do we got for missiles here? So this is just, one is just the front gun. Two are your dummy guns, all the guns. And do I have a, I don't have a rocket, spacebar maybe? I don't have a rocket button, I guess. So I gotta change that. Let's go in and land this thing. Does the gear go in on this? I don't believe so. Alright, so we're gonna land her real quick. And actually, I want to take a picture. Look at that. Oh my goodness. What a cool helicopter. Can it barrel roll? Oh! Ah! Ah! Well, yep. She can barrel roll. Alright. I'll see you guys hopefully later on today. Have a good one. Peace. Peace.